Didactic principles are concrete advices on the design of lessons or training that are conducive to learning. In general, these principles apply wherever learning happens, regardless of the size or structure of the group and whether the class is taking place online or in person. In the following minutes, we will introduce and explain briefly a selection of didactic principles which we believe should not be absent from any form of teaching. Possibly the most important didactic principle is activation. Its importance has been stressed as early as 1949, when educationalist Ralph Winfrid Tyler said that learning takes place through the active behavior of the student. It is what he does, what he learns, not what the teacher does. This guiding principle for effective courses still holds true today. Passive listening is known to be the least efficient way of learning. When lecturers are very engaged in teaching, they sometimes overlook the fact that their students are not active. Providing learning tasks or encouraging peer discussions can help to stimulate an active learning style. There is plenty of literature that describes ways in which activation can be encouraged, and you will find some suggestions in the comments below this video. Motivation, another important principle, encourages the learning process, gives it a direction, and keeps up the momentum. The extent and type of motivation correlate directly with the quality of the learning results. Similar to the learning process, teachers and mentors can only indirectly foster the motivation of learners. For example, by showing the relevance of the topics for occupational fields, everyday life, or society. This is sometimes called the "what is in it for me" principle. Another way of motivating is using a stimulating communication style. The notion is closely connected to the didactic principle of motivation and is about discovering which questions and interests the participants have and incorporating them into the unit as much as possible. Situatedness is also important during course design. We need to choose not only examples, but also methods of communication and expression that suit the experiences and environment of the students so that they can ideally relate and connect to the topic personally. This describes the process of activating pre-existing knowledge in learners, as learning is more easily facilitated when new information can be connected to things that are already known. This can happen in visual, auditory, or written form. The anchoring principle also relates to measures taken to ensure that learning results are secured after an input phase. Both didactic moments are addressed and directed via activating methods. The provision of an atmosphere-conducive learning environment helps to reduce negative emotions such as fear or insecurity, which can hinder the learning process. In order to create a positive learning atmosphere, it can be useful to make learning requirements transparent. This may include announcing tasks, rules, exams, and terms of assessment in advance. Another important factor is the way lecturers communicate with and how they treat their students. Clear communication is key for a positive learning atmosphere. Most of the above-named principles are well known, but not always included in teaching or training. This is unfortunate for all concerned, as without them, lessons may lack important components that will support learning processes to happen in all participants.